Good morning, friends. We'll start with our text of King Lear, Act 1, Scene 1, with the speech of Cordelia, that is line number 230. To Lear, I yet beseech your majesty, if for I want that glib and oily art to speak and purpose not, since what I well intend, I'll do it before I speak, that you make known it is no vicious blot, murder, or foulness, no unchaste action or dishonored step that hath deprived me of your grace and favor. So Cordelia talks to her father and says, Please your majesty, I don't have the art with words, and I can only say what I mean. If I decide to do something, I do it instead of talking about it. So I beg your majesty to let people know that it wasn't because I did something atrocious or I have done anything so bad that I fell from your favor. No unchaste action or dishonored step that hath deprived me of your grace and favor. She says that I have not done anything so bad or atrocious that I have fell from your favor. I didn't murder or commit any immoral or lustful act, but even for want of that, for which I am richer, a still soliciting eye, and such a tongue, as I am glad I have not, though not have it, hath lost me in your liking. She says that I am out of your favor just because, or simply because, I am not a fortune hunter and I don't have ways of expressing myself with words, and I am a better person because of that, even though it has cost me your love. Go to, better thou hadst not been born then, not I have pleased me better. He says that enough, don't say anything else. It would have been much better for you not to have been born at all than to displease me like this. France, is it no more but this, a tardiness in nature, which often leaves the history unspoke that it intends to do? France is astonished, or he is surprised that the problem is so small or so simple. He says, You mean this is the only problem, that she is shy and hasn't said everything that she means to say and do? My Lord of Burgundy, what say you to the lady? Love's not love when it is mingled with regards that stands aloof from the entire point. Will you have her? She is herself a dowry. He asks the Lord of Burgundy if he still wants to marry her. He says, because that love is not love, which gets mixed up with irrelevant stuff or irrelevant matters. He asks him, Will you marry her? Because she is herself so valuable as any dowry could ever be. Burgundy, Royal King, give but that portion which yourself proposed, and here I take Cordelia by the hand, Duchess of Burgundy. He asks the king if he is still ready to give the dowry that he had earlier promised, and if it is so, he'll make Cordelia the Duchess of Burgundy right away. Lear, nothing I have sworn, I am firm. He says, No, I am firm on my words. I will not, I'll stick to my words. I'll not give anything to Cordelia. Burgundy, I am sorry then you have so lost a father that you must lose a husband. He then says to Cordelia, In that case, I am sorry, but I cannot marry you because you have just lost your father, so you will have to lose a husband. Cordelia, peace be with Burgundy, since that respects and fortunes are his love, I shall not be his wife. Cordelia says that peace with you, Burgundy, because since you love money and power so much, I won't be your wife. I won't like to marry you. France, fairest Cordelia, that art most rich being poor, most choice forsaken, and most loved despised. France now says to Cordelia that you are the most beautiful woman and you are much more richer now that you are poor. You are more valuable now that you are rejected, and more loved now that you are hated. Thee and thy virtues here I seize upon. Be it lawful, I take up what's cast away. He says that I'll take you for your wonderful virtues, and now because you are rejected, I love you more for that. Gods, it's strange that from their coldest neglect, my love should kindle to inflamed respect. He says that it's so strange that in neglecting you so cruelly, the gods have made me love you so dearly. Thy dowerless daughter, king, thrown to my chance. He says to the king that your daughter, whom you have rejected, is now mine as the Queen of France. Now, not all the dukes of waterish Burgundy can buy this unprized precious maid of me. He calls Duke of Burgundy waterish, means a spineless person. Says that he doesn't deserve her, and he cannot take this treasure from me now. Bid them farewell, Cordelia. Though unkind, thou losest her here a better way to find. He says, Cordelia, though they have been unkind to you, but still say goodbye to them, as you will find a much better place in France for you than what you are leaving behind. Lear, thou hast her, France, let her be thine, for we have no such daughter, nor shall ever see that face of hers again. He says to the King of France, take her, now she is yours, and she is no longer my daughter, and I'll never like to see her face. Now he says to Cordelia, therefore be gone, without our grace, our love, our benison. Come, noble Burgundy. So, get out of here, leave without my blessings or love from me. And then he asks Burgundy to follow him. Now France, Goneril, Regan and all leave the place. France, bid farewell to your sisters. He says to bid or say goodbye to her sisters. Cordelia, the jewels of our father, with washed eyes, Cordelia leaves you. I know you what you are, and like a sister am most loath to call your faults as they are named. Love well our father. Now Cordelia asks her sisters, sisters, you whom our father loves so dearly, I leave you all now with tears in my eyes. Washed eyes means tears in my eyes. I know you for what you really are. She says that I know you in and out for what you are, but as a sister, I am reluctant to say that or criticize you, and like a sister am most loath to call your faults as they are named. She says that I don't want to criticize you because I know you in and out. Love well our father. She says, take good care of our father. To your professional bosoms I commit him, but yet alas, stood I within his grace, I would prefer him to a better place, so farewell to you both. She says, take good care of our father and show him the love that you have professed or that you have uttered. I leave him in your care. To your professed bosom I commit him, means that I now leave him in your care, in your that love that you have so much expressed. I leave him in your care. But oh, she says that, alas, stood I within his grace. If she says, if only I was still in his favor, I would prefer him to a better place. I could have arranged a better care for him. Goodbye to you both. Prescribe not us our duty. She says, don't tell us what our duty is. Let your study be to content your Lord. She says, now go and focus on pleasing your husband, who hath received you at fortune's alms, who is now taken you as an act of charity. Alms means when you give something to a beggar. Like a beggar, he is taking you as an act of charity. You have obedience scanted, and well are worth the want that you have wanted. She says that you have failed to. Obedience scanted means you have failed to obey your father, and you deserve now to be deprived of everything that's been taken away from you. Cordelia. Time shall unfold what plighted cunning hides. Who covers faults at last with shame derides. Well may you prosper. Cordelia says only time will tell what you have got up your sleeve or what will happen. You can be deceitful in the short term, but eventually or ultimately truth will come out. Have a good life. France. Come, my fair Cordelia. Now France and Cordelia exit from the scene. Goneril. Sister, it is not a little I have to say of what most nearly appertains to us both. I think our father will hence tonight. She says, sister, I have a lot to say about the things that concern us both. Appertains to us both means who concern us both. I think that our father will leave this place tonight. Regan, that's most certain, and with you next month with us. She says, yes, I am sure he will to stay with you. Next month he'll stay with us or with me. Goneril, you see how full of changes his age is. The observation we have made of it hath not been little. He always loved our sister most, and with what poor judgment he hath now cast her off appears too grossly. Goneril says that we know that he is in such an age that we see changes in his behavior, as we have kept noticing that he has always loved our sister, that is Cordelia, the most, and his bad judgment, they also know that his judgment is bad, and his bad judgment is in disowning her now is obvious. That means that his behavior is changing because of his age. So thank you. We'll continue with our next lines, that is of Act 1, Scene 1, in our next lecture.